Hi, my name is Thomas Gibbs with US Franchise Visa, and in this video, we'll discuss the franchise Smart Drinks and Smart Nutrition. Smart Drinks and Nutrition with Lori Wyndham, Franchise Operations Manager. She has 15 years of franchising experience. When she met Charles Levinson, the founder, and saw his passion and enthusiasm for the business, she couldn't help but be drawn to help him build the Smart Drinks franchise system. Lori, thanks for being on the call today.
Oh, thanks for asking me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the opportunity here, and we can go through the presentation.
Okay. Okay. Well, Smart Drinks and Nutrition actually has two models. We have a brick and mortar option. The brick and mortar option does supplements and vitamins, smoothies, which is the big part, right? That's the Smart Drink, and fresh fruit juices. And then we've also got the mobile unit, and our mobile unit is think food truck, smoothie van, um, like ice cream truck for adults, that has smoothies and gourmet coffee.
Great, awesome, okay.
So, you know, uh, Charles and Martha have been in business, have been doing smart drinks for, I don't know, 15, 16 years or so. They started basically in 2007, 2008, and they were doing smoothies at Reliant Stadium here in Houston. That's NRG Stadium now. And they had 15 concessions there between the stadium, the convention center, the arena, and they did 90% of the events. So, the NFL games and the rodeo, all of those things. But, when you're already doing 90%, you're already all over NRG. There's not much more room for growth there, right? So that's when they decided to take it and build a uh, brick and mortar store. Um, but the Martha was also like, you know what? We should take this to where our customers are. You can't, drive a retail store around. Um, uh, Charles has a history. He was, finance manager at car dealerships, and he had grown a really successful automobile customization business that he had for several years. So he knows how to succeed, and he knows how to look at business growth and business opportunities. So they went both ways and have been running the vans ever since. And in 2017 decided to start franchising, and so we're still sort of in that startup stage, but we're well on our way.
Awesome. How many franchisees do you guys currently have?
We've got a couple here in Houston and several in the pipeline. So hopefully, when you ask me that question in 6 months, it'll be a lot higher.
Nice. Okay. So this is one of the mobile units right here.
Right.
Um, how much space is there in there that's occupied by like equipment, and how much of it would you actually be able to walk around in?
You can fit. It's really good for one person. You can have two people walking around in there that get along real well and understand how the other one works.
Okay. Okay.
But
Great.
it's loaded. He's got it. Charles doesn't do anything halfway. So it's a Mercedes van, and you can see at the top there are two air conditioning units. There's a generator so that you don't have to plug in where you're going. You always have power. There's a really high end espresso machine in there. So there's a ton of insulation, so it's quiet, it's sturdy, and the actually the schematics for how to build it out. I mean, that's part of our operations manual. So they're all going to be the same way. They're all going to be built at that same level of quality.
Awesome. Okay. So we're the smoothie party on wheels.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, the Charles and Martha. Martha is an amazing, amazing cook, um, and they have 4 children. They're very family oriented, so that making homemade food and having fresh food is really important to them and their family, and sharing it with the community is kind of the mission that they're built on. When they were developing the recipes for the smoothie van, they had their kids' friends in the kitchen. They were like mixing them up. Really getting the feedback there, and getting feedback from a bunch of kids can be hard, right? They're the tough ones to please.
Yeah, yeah.
So then it became that the motto is mind body nutrition, because real food means something, particularly in the way people are now. We're becoming more and more health conscious. So making sure that they have real food and not syrups or powders is really important.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy these days how many different things you can buy that really aren't food, but you can still eat them.
Yeah, well,
So
and there's a lot of pseudoscience, right? Like, eat, I don't know, eat this and it'll solve all your problems. Well, you're more apt to just do something real and, and,
yeah,
and do that. So when you get a strawberry banana smoothie, you get a strawberry banana smoothie. And you can make your decision whether you want milk in it, if you want almond milk, if you want water, ice, and if you want whey protein in it, then we'll add it. But it's the customer's choice all the way around what you have in there.
no, that's great. That's great. Okay. Well, it's good to know what we're putting in our bodies.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, we've got the 2 options. They're a brick and mortar store. It's got like a bar, you know, belly on up, and you can order your juice or your smoothie, and pick up your vitamins, pick up your prenatal vitamins or your probiotics or whatever extra thing you need. um, and then, like I said, the vans do the smoothies and the gourmet coffee.
Okay. Okay. Great. Oh, that's making me thirsty right there, those images.
I know. I was like, oh, how many can you drink at once? You'll get full. You'll get full. So this is some of the statistics just about, I talked a little bit about people becoming more and more health conscious, and it's just the smoothie business itself, is growing, 8% a year. And then, like, for the brick and mortar stores, the supplements and additional vitamins, 9% growth rate. And then the food truck, right, that industry is growing at another almost 8%. So when you add those all together, we, you kind of, can't not look at the business as something that's going to grow and be successful.
Yeah, at U.S. Franchise Visa, we work or represent lots of different industries, and the numbers you're looking at right here, these aren't very common. Um, an example, automotive, 2, 3, 4%, and it's been there for a long time. To see this kind of growth shows a truly growing opportunity. When you see low single digit, you're typically looking at opportunities that are driven by inflation or driven by just a growing population. This really, to me, says that there is a increase in true, same person demand. Uh, so, no, that's great. Yeah, this is definitely something to consider, in terms of the industry, because of the numbers there. That's solid.
Right. And I think we're still looking at early adopters. So we've got that whole, that whole growth curve ahead of us. Okay, so more reasons, more reasons. Um, we do have a 3-pack option where the additional franchise fee can be dropped if you do 3 or more. So if someone wanted a store and 2 vans, that's an option. They wanted 3 vans. They want a fleet of vans. We are we are ready to help them out.
Awesome. Very good.
So a little more about the truck. Like I said, smoothies, coffees. We don't take the van and just park it in a food truck lot. Okay. We try to work with corporate clients so that you're going to the same place regularly. We work with car people. Car people are really into smoothies. So we do auto auctions and car dealerships. Car dealerships, people, when they go to buy a car, they're there all day. You go there and you don't expect to buy, and then you find yourself buying a car, right? And you're there all day and you're getting hungry. We also work with people. I spend a lot of time reaching out to companies because they like to do employee appreciation events, and trying to do something healthy for them. As an employer is a nice way to go. And it's something different because they're not running around doing. There's not a lot of smoothie trucks, and I've yet to see when I'm planning, if we're going to go to an event, another truck like ours that does the coffee smoothie combination.
Awesome. Yeah. So lots of different venues that we can operate the business out of, and that really, it's got to give you a pretty good potential to do quite a bit in sales on a daily basis, because you can always go where the people are. You're not dependent upon them.
Exactly.
Coming
If
to
you have
you.
a predestined stop that every Saturday you stop at, company A, but there's a Saturday that there's no one there, you're not stuck sitting there. You can leave and go find customers at someplace else, whether it's swim meets or local football games or little league games, or you become really part of your community too,
Yeah.
as that.
Do you find that there is a day of the week or a time of the day that tend to be busier times, or is it more event driven specifically?
Martha Levinson, Charles's wife, still runs her truck, and she runs it every day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. Because it's making money every day. So it's
Nice.
not like, oh, we're just going to go out on Mondays and you better make all your money on a Monday or all your money on the weekend. It's making money all day long. So whether you're talking, you stop at a job site or at a company for lunches, and then after school events and community events in the evening, and then festivals and auctions and things like that on the weekend, you can fill it up. You can fill up your time.
Awesome. Okay. So will, if we said, yeah, we want to look at smart drinks, we like the opportunity, and both smart drinks and the franchisee said, yeah, we want to do this. Um, would there be support in helping us find these events?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have different portals that we use that are nationwide. Obviously, I just at this point look at the ones in Houston because that's where my trucks are. But these platforms and portals and the connections that we have are nationwide. So we would absolutely set them up and help them with them. And on top of that, the sales approach is not difficult. It's not pushy. It's not. A lot of companies are looking for things. You just contact HR and say, hey, we're here. if you want to do an employee event, or it's that easy. It's when you are doing, you more think about it as relationship building, and hey, what do you got going on? Do you want us to come?
Yeah. Okay. Could a franchisee uh, focus more on just the development and have an employee operate the truck, the van?
They could. They could. You really want someone operating the van that is good with people and is as invested in it as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really does come down to the personality of the person, you know, um, behind the counter. Because when you're going to repeat venues, you get to know your customer, right?
Mm.
And it's that same old thing, going someplace where everyone knows your name. If you're like, oh, Bob, I see you, do you want the strawberry banana again today? Okay, I've got it. Bob's going to come back more often. So if you can have somebody working for you that can do that, that you trust to do that, then absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, tell us about the investment here.
Okay, well, this for the truck, the franchise fee is 30. I'm a little high here on the vehicle purchase, but I'd rather tell people too much and have them come back pleased.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it was a little less. Like I said, it's a Mercedes Sprinter van, so I with incentives and things like that number can absolutely be less than that. The vehicle retrofit, that's a hard number. That's 64.7. We actually just reworked the numbers, and that's exactly what it is. We can't get it any lower because of the hard cost of the equipment and uh, the quality of what goes into it. Um, so that's 64.7. Licenses, permits, insurance, that's all going to be different depending on where you are. Some counties or towns are going to charge different amounts for fees and things like that. And then you're going to want between $3,000 and $10,000 cash, just to help you through those first few months. That with the truck, like I said, you sell a smoothie, the money goes in your pocket. You're not waiting to invoice anyone or anyone to pay a bill.
Yeah.
So generally, the estimated investment goes between 150 and 170,000 for the truck.
Awesome. Okay. Looks like we've got some multi-unit discounts.
Yes, yes. So if you decided to, like I said, you wanted a couple, then that would go down to 25,000 instead of 30.
Great. Okay.
Okay, and then the store, like I said, that's juice, smoothies, and supplements. And we have partnered with Bluebell Nutrition, which Bluebonnet, sorry, the Bluebell's the ice cream. Don't talk about that. So Bluebonnet, they are from just outside of Houston. They're award-winning, really pure and local to us. Vitamins and nutrition company, and they even like co-brand on our cups for us. So they believe in us too. So we're doing that. We're available all over the U.S., but we're actively looking at the non-registered states, but absolutely open to the registered states for the right customer. We're not going to turn somebody down who really wants one if they're in Washington State.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So how about Florida, California,
Um,
Pennsylvania?
we can do Florida. Like I said, California is a registration state, and that's a tough one. I mean, we'll do it if somebody wants in there, but there's a lot more regulations involved, and it's a little more time consuming. I Pennsylvania, yeah, it's a non-registered state. We're good there.
Okay. Great.
So when you're talking about the store, the franchise fee is going to be the same. right? Um, and you look at these numbers, and that, like I said, that can go anywhere from 95 up, right? And it's going to depend on where you decide you want your store, how much build out needs to be done to it. So you look at that initial 30,000 franchise fee, and then your lease and your improvements and signage. Usually, are they going to run between 15 and 37,000. Permits and licenses, they're going to change. They're going to, depending on your area, so it can go anywhere from $3,000 to $23,000. Computer equipment and supplies, initial inventory is going to go, 20 to 70. You're going to want to put about $5,000 into your grand opening advertising. Some about 900 for your marketing funds, and then some operational dollars, between 10 and 35,000. When it comes to looking at a store, Charles is absolutely willing to step up and help somebody make those right decisions as to what is a good location when it comes to numbers and traffic and what would be needed for a build out, and to make the right decision about location.
That's great. Yeah. You know, again, having worked with so many different franchise companies, there's such a wide range of the service that the franchisor provides in terms of the real estate support, and knowing that you have that backbone with smart drinks and nutrition that's really helpful to know.
Right. I mean, because you've had people ask, "Hey, can I put one here?" I don't know. I've got an inn here, and it's like, we're not afraid to say no. Like, that's not going to be good for you, because we want all our, obviously, we want our franchisees to be successful. So, as much fun as it would be to be like, yes, let's sign everybody up, that, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes to the supplements, and that can be a little scary, right? If you're selling those, part of our operations manual talks to each and every one of those things in order to train the owner, in order for the owner to train their staff on the accurate knowledge about supplements and vitamins.
Awesome.
We're actually working right now. One of the things that I've really impressed me with working with Charles is he is not afraid. Like, we looked at the truck, right, and that's all top of the line, but somebody who's been in business doing something for almost 20 years, sometimes it's hard for them to keep moving forward, right? But he has embraced technology all the way around, and we're actually working on an update to our app right now. So when it comes to the mobile units, you're going to be able to look at the app and find out where's the closest one, and place your order and pay for it and just go pick it up. And we've also embraced all of that with the stores too, between Yelp and Uber Eats and, what is it? It's not Dine and Dash. That's the crime. DoorDash.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, all of those things, if you open a store, are part of it, where those things are already in place.
Yeah, I've even seen a similar type of thing at Costco, where you can touch screen order, pay, and pick up at the window in the food area. Um, I think anything that makes it easier for the consumer to buy is just going to help increase sales. So it
Right.
sounds like you guys have got a technology piece there going too, which is only going to help. So that's great.
Right. So that, like, those things are already in place. So you wouldn't be purchasing and being like, man, I wish they would hurry up and get this up and going. It's
Yeah,
already there. It's already in place.
nice.
Um, so, here, just when we talk about what would, the perfect franchisee, what they're into. Obviously, we want them to have an entrepreneurial spirit, the I can do it spirit. Um, and, kind of have a passion for an active, healthy lifestyle so that they can talk the talk, right? Um, be self-motivated. We want go-getters that aren't afraid of hard work, because, any business is going to be, hard work getting it up and running. You have to be optimistic and want to be part of your community, because that's going to be the backbone of your business, right? Um, so that's kind of what we're looking for. Financially, 150,000 net worth, 75 liquid assets, and being able to secure financing if you need it. So, one thing I would like for any, when we're talking about the people, E-2 visa candidates, to know is that Charles and Martha come from immigrant families. So they absolutely understand the desire to come here and start a business. They're both bilingual in English and Spanish, which makes things easier. I am not. So I spend a lot of time thinking I need to learn to speak Spanish. But um, they they really understand it, and they're, like I said, they're so family oriented that once you join them, you're part of the family.
That's great to know. That certainly helps.
So, if anyone was interested in looking at it, they could go to our website. Either go to smartdrinks.com or smartdrinksfranchise.com. And you can, if they're looking at the video, the slideshow is available on the Contact Us page for download if they wanted to be able to look at it more, or just fill out the questionnaire, and that comes directly to me. And I would be the one reaching out and saying hi and giving you more information.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Lori, we really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through it and tell us about the opportunity and help us understand it better. I can see a lot of people really getting excited about the opportunity, because I could see this for a lot of the clients that we have as a flexible, family-friendly type of business where you can operate the business and do a lot of sales in a short period of time and still be able to have a family life on nights, or even during the week too, for school events or for different things that you guys as a family might want to do. A lot of our clients are coming to America to give their families a better life, and obviously the health component side of this is critical. So um, thanks again for informing us and telling us about the great opportunity.
Great. Well, thanks for having